I'm really excited to chat to you today. Yeah, because I know you were on the Dyslexic Summit that
Yeah.
that we had, and it was truly amazing. And I've been looking at like everything that you've been doing on your Instagram page and on your YouTube. And I really think that you are putting so much effort, so much time, and sort of like trying to sort of like make it so like a guide where people can go to get all the tips they need to get all that help and support they need. So I'm really sort of fascinated. I want to have like just a quick little like discussion and maybe like a little catch up about why you sort of so passionate about it. Why are you sharing so many tips and helping so many other people?
Yeah, of course. I'd love to talk about that. First of all, thank you so much. That means so much. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm trying really my best to help others. I really just want to raise awareness about it
Mm.
and hopefully make a difference. I mean, what's really inspiring me is the fact that when I was in Egypt, I didn't get the best support that I
Mm.
had when I was in Dubai. So I really want to have that experience that I had in Dubai and have people in Egypt have that experience here where I'm from, born and
Mm.
raised, Egypt. So this is really what's inspiring me. I just want to give people the same opportunity and chance to reach their full potential and
Yeah.
have the right guidance and all the support that they need to really do their best in their education.
Perfect. And what would you say? What it takes for what is someone say like those people out, they've got dyslexia or they're struggling loads, and yet maybe the environment around them isn't supportive, and they may say, "Oh, I can't do it. I can't learn. I can't improve." But what would you say to like to that person about what is their potential? Because so a lot of times they don't believe that they have a potential. A lot of times they believe that their learning is limited, or you I mean there is like a ceiling to learning. I'll never be as smart as anyone else. I'll never be able to do that. So, what is the actual like potential of someone who's dyslexic or someone who's you mean neurodiverse?
Okay. Well, it's really simple. If you don't try, then you're just never gonna know.
Mm.
And something my dad always used to tell me is if there's a will, there's a way. You just have to try. Just keep trying and you will make it. And there are so many incredible examples out there of people who have made it in this world, who have made a difference, who are successful, and so many of them have dyslexia.
Mm.
So really, if you ever feel like the person in front of you just doesn't believe in themselves and they are really completely convinced that they're not going to make it, then just give them a bunch of examples of all of these incredible, influential people who have made it in this world,
Yeah.
because they'll be able to relate to them. And we both, like, we all have the same thing. It's dyslexia at the end of the day. So it's not that different, you know, like, of course, we're all different in a different way. But at the end of the day, it's a learning difficulty, it's dyslexia. So just relate to another person on the same level and they'll feel like, you know what, if they did it, then I can
Yeah.
do it too.
No, I
Yeah.
feel that's such a big point, and I think when you find out all like the Albert Einsteins, the Tom Cruise, like, this is where this is why I know those are names, but I find it hard to you mean like pick the names. But literally, there's hundreds and even thousands of people out there, and you know that
So many.
are
Yeah, like
dyslexic.
Whoopi Wahlberg,
Yeah.
who else? Will Smith, Muhammad Ali.
Oh yeah, he's
There's
a good one.
so many amazing people.
Yeah, and I always feel sort of these people have like they've done great things, like a lot of great things. They had so much struggle. They fought for something so really meaningful, and yet they work incredibly hard on a skill. Because I know like when Will Smith was like, I remember in a little video he says, "I'm going to get on a treadmill, and if I'm racing someone, you're going to get off first, or I'm going to die on that treadmill." And that's like I always think like that's it's such a really intense work ethic. But I'm so like convinced that loads of, not all of that, but a massive amount of it would have came through the struggles that people learn through growing up. Because I also feel like that this ground that we grow up in, of like you mean having so much struggles, can often prepare us to going through other struggles, to like trying and failing and sort of like trying and getting over hurdles. Because I know in a bit in your life, you sort of like worked really hard, but things didn't always go your way, or you struggled with this, or you had to like try and fail and try and fail and try and fail again. How do you feel like the struggles of dyslexia has prepared you to really doing what you're doing now, like making a difference in the dyslexic community, to keep working, keep trying?
Wow, that's a really good question. I mean, it was a huge struggle for me
Mm.
growing up. I had so much frustration and anger, and I always used to lose my temper and just I was a very angry child. There was a lot going on, and it was
Yeah.
all because of education. I just never felt like I was gonna be able to make it. And for some people, reading was so easy, and for me, it was such a struggle. I never thought I was gonna get through it. But you know, you just have to keep going. You just have
Yeah.
to keep trying, and you're gonna make it. Like, you have to accept that you have to accept your dyslexia. And I think that is the first step to really reaching your goals and to take a step forward. When you
Mm.
accept, then you, in your head, you kind of have this clarity that, it's okay. I have dyslexia. It's not something bad. It's not gonna make me like not as successful
Mm.
as people, but actually having dyslexia means that you have a strength that other people don't have. So
Yeah.
when you find that strength, just keep working towards it and you're gonna reach whatever goal it is that you're trying to aim for.
I love that so much. I love that, and I'm talking about sort of like strengths and how can people like learn and sort of their journeys through growing and adapting. So sort of like, this is one of the biggest strongest reasons why I wanted to create something like this, like the Dyslexic Summit, where I got all these amazing people from all these different backgrounds, like you. You mean growing up in Egypt? I never thought like I would have that person, but a person with their own unique look at life and their own unique experience that other people can say, oh, I'm going through that. I've experienced that, and they lay out like a step-by-step framework, or like a framework saying, okay, where I am now to sort of like where I was to where I am to where I am now, like how to get there, and teach you so many valuable lessons along the way. So, like, how do you think, like for all these different people, but are growing up for yourself and for other people, how valuable it is to be able to be able to be part of the community and have access to be able you can contact certain people, and you can have like 45 minutes, an hour of listening to someone who's been through your struggles and it has given you all the solutions just like on a plate. How valuable is that to have someone to be able to give someone when it's sort of like the start of their journey?
This is so, so important.
Mm.
Having someone who understands what you're going through is honestly the most important thing to have while growing up. And this is what I didn't have in Egypt. I
Yeah.
didn't have anyone to relate to. I did have teachers who are supporting me, but they weren't dyslexic. So even though they know how to like help me with my education, they still don't understand what I was going through in my brain. So when I went to Dubai and I had this community of
Mm.
other people in my classroom and in my year group who have dyslexia and who completely understand what I'm going through, it changes everything for you. It really does. You guys are able to talk about it and to help one another to overcome some of your difficulties. You learn how
Mm.
to become patient and how to work as a team as well, helping one another in your thing, in your difficult areas. It makes the biggest difference. And this is what we have on Instagram. I mean, this is
Mm.
how me and you connected. We
100%.
both have something in common, so we're able to communicate to each other. We understand what we both have, and it's so, so important to be able to relate to one another in this area.
I love that so much. And can you share with people, like, what was the one thing? I know you said so much in your summit interview, but what was the one sort of like thing that you wished you knew back then at the start of your journey that you know now?
When I was younger, I wish I knew that I would have reached the point where I accepted my dyslexia,
Mm.
because it took me a long time. It really did. I was in my teenage years when I accepted it, and I didn't fully, I mean, like, I never thought of it as a positive thing up until probably university.
Mm.
So it makes the biggest difference when you accept it and when you use your dyslexia as a strength rather than a weakness. That will change everything for you. It will change the way how you see the world, how you
Mm.
study, how you stay motivated. It really just, it's a complete turn.
Perfect. And what do you think you sort of did? Because when you accepted your dyslexia, you said you accepted it in university. What made you accept it then? What changed for you in your mindset shift, a thought? Is it something in your environment, someone told you something? What sort of made you shift it then and didn't shift it earlier or later, if that makes sense?
I get you. Well, in school, you're having to take subjects that you don't particularly like sometimes. And some of these subjects might trigger some things like frustration and anger, and you have a difficult time with it. For me, university, I chose the one thing that I was so passionate about, and that was painting. For me, that's fine art painting. That's what I graduated in. And I had no frustrations at all. My brain was completely at ease when I was painting all the time, and when I was doing research about art history and all these incredible artists around the world. So I think when I accepted that my dyslexia is actually making me better in my painting and in my essays for art history, that's what changed it for me. Like at school, okay, sure, I have it, I'm dealing with it in my exams, but university, I was like, wow, like it's making me better, it's making me a better artist.
Yeah.
I'm being creative.
Yeah, so it's that finding something that this is really, really interesting, because you would notice, like when people watching, when you go through all the different summit interviews, and definitely I noticed this, like recording all of them, that there's something they fought for. There's something that's worth more than that struggle. There's something that makes them, fight tooth and nail to be able to stay up all night if they have to be able to work for it, not go out and see friends, not go out and complain and moan and sort of like suffer about how bad it is, but be able to fight for it. And like accepting your dyslexia and maybe having something worth more than your struggle could be like what you're saying, one of the same thing. Because you found something that you wanted really, really badly, and like, okay, I have to accept this thing and move forward, and then use this as a gift because you love painting. And I feel like finding that is something I've learned massively, is so important. And I feel because look, here's like just a little bit like my story. Look, I did have help and support growing up. I had just very severe dyslexia, very severe dyslexia. Barely got accepted into a full-time dyslexic school. And I was like one of the worst ones there. They didn't know they could help me. And yet, school with 25 full-time teachers and 50 kids, I was there from year 3 to year 11. I was there 8 years of my education. Like, people's kids shouldn't be at like the same place for that long. But I was, and I remember sort of like best help and support, leaving that school and feeling quite like hopeless. Like, had all this help, had all the support, but yet I hadn't learned the actual like tools to deal with the real world. Because there's two types of like help out there. There's the traditional research-based educational sort of textbook help that, yes, is useful if you want to like understand the inner workings of the brain and understand, okay, maybe this technique, but yet it does not help you understand who you are. It does not help you be able to navigate this world with all your emotions, with your self-esteem problems, with dealing with real challenges. The only people that can help you do that is people who's been through it themselves. And yet you may have help. Yes, you may have like support, a little bit of support in school. You may talk to these people or that people that have their own little idea or viewpoint on it. But once you chat to people or hear people talking about their own stories from a very different backgrounds of people that didn't know they're dyslexic till later on, people who got diagnosed early on, or people you've been struggling with maybe with their kids and going through that own journey. There's a whole umbrella to this thing, and the umbrella isn't okay. Like there isn't only multi-sensory approach, isn't only about this, or isn't only about that. It's about so much more than dyslexia books. It's so much more. It's like, okay, how you can deal with this as a human being. And I think this is so valuable. And I just want to say, guys, that I know I've got a lot of value from chatting to you just here right now, and also value from all your different tips, and how I know how hard that is to choreograph it all, edit all the videos, make it all of it come out, and chat to all these different people. I know that, and basically, so how valuable it is, but also that for people to really realize, look, if they want help, if they want to listen to you a lot more, 100% go to your page. But at the 15th, 16th, or 17th, I believe you're on day, my memory's not, I'm guessing day 1 or day 2 of the summit, of the summit interviews on February. Is completely free to attend, completely free to join. And that's how you can get so much value from you, Sarah, and over a dozen more other dyslexics who've been through their own journey and their own things with their own resources. Because if you go on Sarah's page, you'd see all these tips, all these like helpful things. But guess what? On all these 12 other pages, there's like the same thing in their own way. Yeah. So I feel there's such a wealth of knowledge, and it's not a wealth of knowledge out of textbook. It's a wealth of knowledge out of experience, which I would argue is infinitely more valuable than just textbook help. So is there anything you want to say on the front of, like, if people are on the edge of joining the summit, on the edge of saying, should I do it? The other time, is it really worth it? Is this, you mean, guys, Theo and Sarah, what they're talking about, is it really legit? What do you say to people who are on the edge of that?
You mean to watch the summit?
Yes, sort of like to sign on to this free summit, or just like maybe they signed on, but to invest the actual time it takes to go through the videos, to learn stuff. How valuable do you think for their own growth? And
it is. First of all, I just want to say congratulations and well done for being able to gather so many incredible people. Honestly, I am so grateful and so lucky to be part of the summit. And
thank you.
For anyone watching, this summit is going to be extremely beneficial for dyslexics and non-dyslexics. It's gonna help you understand what dyslexia is. And if you are dyslexic, then you're gonna hear so many different stories from all over the world, from people who have dyslexia and their different experiences. And I know I will benefit so much from everyone else's talk, and I'm really looking forward to it, because this is truly gonna be the biggest summit of 2021. And honestly, it's definitely worth watching. Like 100% go sign up and watch it. It's gonna be so beneficial.
Thank you so much. I love those kind of words, and I really like connecting with you, and I hope we can do it again at some point, Sarah.
Yes. Congratulations. Truly, I am so excited for it.
Thank you. I'm excited for everything you're doing. Okay, Sarah, thanks for the kind words. I'll see you later.
Yes.
Bye now.
Thank you, Theo.
Oh, by the way, guys, I forgot to mention, sorry, we talked about the summit a lot, but we forgot to say, how can you get the summit?
Oh, yeah, of course.
So, guys, on my Instagram, if you're like watching this and anyone says you don't see me yet, like, who's this weird guy? Click on me, my Instagram, and on my link in the website, it'll send you to a free page. It's called, if you want to type it in, Conquering Dyslexic Summit, conqueringdyslexia.net/summit, and it'll send you there to this page. It will have all the speakers on it, a lot more information, and just sign up. It's completely for free, and then a couple of emails will be sent to you, and you'll be booked on for the 15th, 16th, 17th of February, where you will get like speakers for each day talking about their own topics, and have details and a step-by-step plan to how to get to where they were to where they are now, and how you can implement that in your life in an effective way that actually gets results. So guys, do that. That's the call to action. And I'm sorry if you messaged Sarah so you could tell you where to go or whatever. And anyway,
my bio as well. It's gonna
perfect.
Be everywhere. You can access it everywhere.
Yeah, access it everywhere. Yeah. That'll be perfect. Thank you, Sarah. Anyway, nice talking to you, Sarah. Perfect.
Yes.
We've done that now. Okay, Sarah. I'll definitely catch you later at some point.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Perfect. Bye now.
Bye.
You too. Bye.